Hello, so this is the third in the little videos I'm doing to introduce how we use the concept of the 5 fab topics, the Fab 5, in our own businesses to help make getting the social media done and out a bit easier. So this is the third business. This is Eyeye, which is an optician's. My husband's an optician, and we set up an independent opticians in Sheffield. And they do really nice glasses. I've got some here. It's not those, but I think it might be those. Anyway, recommend them if you're in Sheffield. Of course I do. Here we go, though. Here's the Facebook account for Eyeye. Lots of glasses, obviously, all the essential information. And I'm working on a little checklist for you so you can audit your own profiles and make sure you've got all the right things there. So the kind of topics that I'm posting on are evident here. So they post a lot about sales. That's one of the 5 topics. So here in Eyeye's case, it's often about the different frames that are available to buy. But also in lockdown, it's about service. So it's about helping people understand what's on offer and how they can be safe and what we're doing. So sales in lockdown has had this added dimension of COVID security and how to manage with opticians to make sure that our audience feel comfortable about when they can come in. So there's quite a few posts on that. Yes, quite a lot of posts on that on Facebook. Let's go have a look at the Instagram account. The grid is a quick snapshot of some other themes. So sales we've covered, and you can see this coming through in the Instagram ones as well. But the other theme that Carl does a lot is Sheffield in the outdoors. Lots of his customers are Sheffield's quite. There's a lot of runners and climbers and cyclists in Sheffield. I'm sure there are in all cities, but Sheffield's particularly good for it because we're very close to the Peak District. So it's famous for its climbing. It's got fantastic cycling, that kind of thing. So we do a lot of features about the outdoors. Carl himself is a runner and a cyclist, so he'll often take pictures when he's out and about and use them, and they go down pretty well. So that's another one of his themes, with a particular emphasis on cycling. He sort of bills himself as a cycle-friendly optician. You get a discount if you're a cyclist. You can park your bike in the shop, that sort of thing. Building community and interest. That's a treatment one. A lot about product, which is what you would expect. And another really important theme, another of his Fab 5, is customers. He'll often feature customers and talk about what customers are up to. That's him cycling. And I can see that he's obviously got quite a few pet ones. He's got dogs and cats. There's another one of a bike. That's Carl, looking very Christmassy. Another theme that he does a lot of is sort of cultural references, cultural reference points. And you can see that particularly on his Twitter account, where, for instance, this is a new series that's just started out on Sunday night on TV, and he's doing they mentioned blurred vision as one of the symptoms in the plot line. So he's done a little tweet about that, and he does that quite a lot. So shared cultural references that he enjoys and he thinks his audience will enjoy, he brings them into his Twitter account, mostly because he's most comfortable on Twitter, and I think you can see that. This was particularly evident for him in lockdown, when there was a whole thing in the UK about somebody that they went driving to test their eyesight, which they shouldn't have done in lockdown. It was a big scandal. And the place they drove to was Barnard Castle. And Carl did some tweets around that, which got a lot of followers, a lot of interest. So shared cultural reference points, which if you're not British, you're not UK based, it might not mean much to you, but they are specifically designed for his audience. He runs events as well. This is a local poet who's subsequently become incredibly well known, Helen Mort, doing a reading. So So to recap, for Eyeye, the themes are the sales themes around products and care at the moment during COVID. Features product a lot. He has regular themes of his customers. He profiles his customers and what they're doing, what they're up to. He profiles Sheffield and the outdoors, and particularly cycling. He's got a lot on cycling. And he uses culture, shared cultural reference points, poetry, books, films, things that people are watching and seeing that he knows his audience are watching and seeing. He'll comment on them. And those are the substantive kind of structure of his posts on social media for Eyeye. Okay, so I hope that's been really helpful, and look forward to seeing the Fab 5 that you're going to come up with.